What if the person sitting next to you was a notorious unidentified serial killer from the late 1960s? This chilling thought brings us to the enigmatic figure who haunted Northern California over half a century ago, the Zodiac Killer. A phantom in the night, a whisper in the wind, the Zodiac Killer was an unidentified serial predator who brought terror and fear to the region from the late 1960s to the early 1970s. His reign of terror was marked by a series of brutal murders and spine-chilling letters sent to newspapers. This faceless villain claimed to have taken the lives of 37 individuals, a number that sends shivers down the spine. But the cold, hard facts only link 7 victims officially to this enigma. Despite relentless and extensive investigations, his true identity remains shrouded in mystery. The Zodiac Killer, a name that still resonates with a chilling echo, remains one of the most elusive and terrifying criminals in American history. The horror began on December 20, 1968, on a lonely road in Benicia, California. On this chilling night, 2 young lives were brutally cut short. David Faraday, a high school student, and Betty Lou Jensen, a bright-eyed girl of just 16, found themselves at the mercy of a cold-blooded killer. The pair had planned for an innocent first date, unaware that it was to be their last. Their lifeless bodies were discovered in their car, cold and still, victims of a ruthless shooting. This was no random act of violence. It was the calculated work of a man who would soon become known as the Zodiac Killer. As news of the murders spread, a cloud of fear descended over Northern California. The community was left shaken, grappling with the reality of such a monstrous act in their midst. Little did they know this was just the beginning. The Zodiac's reign of terror had begun. The murders were horrifying enough, but it was the letters that truly sent a chill down the spine of Northern California. In the late 60s and early 70s, the Zodiac Killer began a chilling correspondence with the press. Letters, some stained with victims' blood, would arrive at newspaper offices, each one a macabre testament to the killer's audacity. These were not just letters, they were taunts. The Zodiac reveled in his ability to elude capture, and he used these missives to toy with investigators, journalists, and the public alike. But the most intriguing aspect of these letters was the cryptograms. Coded messages that the murderer claimed would reveal his identity if only someone could crack them. These cryptograms were a twisted game, a test of wits between the Zodiac and those who sought to unmask him. The killer was confident, audacious enough to believe that his cipher was unbreakable. And he was mostly right. Of the 4 cryptograms he sent, only 1 has been definitively solved. That solution, however, gave no hint of the killer's identity. It was another taunt, another layer of the Zodiac's cruel game. These letters, these cryptograms, they didn't just spread terror. They became a part of the Zodiac's mythology, feeding into the public's fascination and fear. They transformed a murderer into a media sensation, a faceless enigma that continues to haunt us to this day. The letters not only spread fear, but they also turned the Zodiac Killer into a media sensation. Despite intense and ongoing investigations, the identity of the Zodiac Killer remains unknown. This enigmatic figure continues to perplex and fascinate, a phantom presence lurking in the annals of true crime. Over the years, numerous theories and suspects have emerged, each one more compelling than the last. Some have suggested that the Zodiac Killer was a disgruntled ex-military man, his cryptic codes a remnant of a past life in intelligence. Others have postulated that he was a disturbed individual, his heinous acts a manifestation of deep-seated psychological turmoil. And then there are those who believe he was an ordinary man, his monstrous deeds hidden behind a mask of mundane normality. But despite this cavalcade of conjecture, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains shrouded in uncertainty. None of these theories have been definitively proven, and all suspects have been met with reasonable doubt. The case as it stands is a tantalizing puzzle with pieces that refuse to fit together, a jigsaw of horror and mystery that continues to elude completion. And perhaps most chillingly, the case remains open in some jurisdictions. The shadow of the Zodiac is yet to be fully banished, his specter lingering in the quiet corners of unsolved crime. The identity of the killer remains a question mark, a chilling enigma that underscores our collective fascination with the macabre and the unknown. The Zodiac Killer case is a chilling reminder of the mysteries that can lurk in the heart of our communities.